Hello, thanks for tuning in once again to my channel. I'm Robert James Fremantle. In this, I'm going to be announcing, hey, I've got 200 subs. Well, I know it's not a lot really, relatively speaking, but, it's a milestone for me. I did one for the 100 subs, and just like the 200 subs, I'm going to use this new responsibility to also give you some shout-outs of channels you can find on YouTube that's to do with gaming. Now, that's not just roleplay gaming. I'm going to incorporate here tabletop gaming. So you're going to get a mix of the two. Look out for that. Plus news and whatever else I'm up to. It's an honour, to be honest, every time one of you subscribe. I feel very privileged. And if you're just watching this now, tuning in, you've been following some of my videos, hit that subscribe button and then you won't miss a lot of the different new concepts that are going to be coming on this channel and possibly other projects and channels I develop from here. Well, let's do it then. 10 shoutouts that matter to me. We're going to be starting with the YouTube user Captain Machine. That's a user that I was watching for quite a long time, really, before I even started using my YouTube channel to actually make videos. I was just a lurker. Probably one of the first people I started watching to do with gaming and roleplay and that sort of thing on here. So I was absolutely overjoyed once he had started to actually respond to my videos because I've been subscribed to him for quite a very long time indeed. Next up, if you like your roleplay, sometimes it's good to not be too serious about it, take a light-hearted look at it, and that's where the Meta Game Show comes in. So check that out. It's a comedy series on the subject of roleplay gaming. You might see aspects of yourselves or gamers that you know in some of their characters and situations and portrayals. I LOL'd. So here comes another one. They have covered roleplay a little bit, but they're mainly to do with miniatures, blue table painting. It's a mixed bunch of content, really. I've been subscribed for a very long time, and I watch some of their videos. I'm very selective. They put out an awful lot of content. So I'm in and out. I think he could probably address his content a little bit more and edit it and try and get a little bit more to the point. But essentially they are a studio and they do paint jobs, but they also show you what they are doing as they are doing it, showing you like battle reports and updates on paint jobs they've been doing for clients. And they have covered a bit of a dark heresy thing too, just like I'm doing. Right, well, this next one is a role player within our community. Seems like a very intelligent guy. Alakov, another roleplay user. Black Barnes. He's got some thoughtful ideas that he puts forward. He comments a lot on my videos as well, so you might have seen him on there. The people that have come to me and maybe commented on my videos, it helps get my attention about them as well. Another really great YouTuber is Master of Flowers. He runs a number of subsections on his channel. It's all mainly gaming. So he's done a sort of weight loss vlog as well called What's a Fat Gamer to Do, if you're interested in that idea. Well-established opinions from an experienced perspective. Talking of before with videos that get better as they go along, or the more you discover, a user called T-Walker. Now this was a guy that, again, I found by him really commenting on my videos. He's very full of ideas, in fact. Another YouTuber on the roleplay scene who's quite active within our community. I'm going to throw it right out here now. Hammered Shit Steak. I've noticed that some of you who don't want to swear just refer to him on YouTube as Hammered. This guy is also an artist and has suggested that he will do some of your drawings of characters as commissions, I believe. He makes vlogs about roleplay gaming. From a list of 10 shoutouts here, I really couldn't leave off Fantasy Flight Games' own YouTube channel. So I'm going to include that. Really, you ought to be subscribed to that because all the card games and the roleplay games and things they develop are they're very prominent within gaming just generally. They're board games even. And a lot of the roleplay games that I play, well, that's from them. They get our group's money. You know, a name that would have been on this list but isn't is Azurk83. That's because he doesn't appear to exist on YouTube anymore, which is a bit of a shame because I wanted to chat a bit more with him, being a fellow deist like I am as well. And finally, to conclude, the Beasts of War. They had a very prominent partner YouTube partnered channel on here before. They uploaded absolute masses of videos, mostly about miniature tabletop gaming, but it was really very impressive. They do a bit of roleplay as well, but mainly D&D 4th edition, so it's not really that angle you'd watch them for at all. It would be miniatures, miniature games, such as Warhammer and War Machine and Hordes and Infinity, and all the real biggies. And of course, if you want to get a grasp on some of those games, check out my video, Warhammer Try a New Game. But yes, Beasts of War. They are from Ireland. They produce a very high quality content. They had a load of videos on YouTube. They made their own website because they found that YouTube wasn't quite meeting their needs as a growing company. And then what they found that then happened, and it was a good job they did make their own website, was because someone had done something or reported them for something, and they still didn't get the proper report back from YouTube about what had gone wrong, but YouTube just pulled their channel straight down, killed all their videos. They can't get reinstated. All those videos are lost. So it's a very good idea that they imported their stuff over to their own website, and I'm going to also include their website, which I'm a member of. They've gone a little bit money hungry now with their backstage pass, paid for membership to their website if you want the extra info. For me, it's a move too far, but, you know, aside from that, they're still great guys. It's a great show. I love them. I'd love to meet them all in real life. They've all got different characters. What then happened was that the channel got killed, and they then remade a new channel. It used to be Beasts of War, so now they've made The Beasts of War, but they aren't really committed to it like they used to be. That's why I give you the website as well. They upload some of their videos on there, but, you know, it's just to keep some content coming out on YouTube. They are still YouTube content deliverers, but you should really check out their main website to see all of their mini wargaming stuff. That concludes my list of 10 shoutouts. 200 subscribers. It's not bad, Rob. Not bad. We could still do a lot better, couldn't we, though? But given the subject matter that we're in, well, it's fairly limited, roleplay and elements like that. I mean, I first started out doing Their Fated Travels. Now, this was the spoken word of a story that I wrote up as a result of roleplay sessions we played of Warhammer Fantasy 2nd Edition. So, God, how niche is that? Firstly, you're saying, well, you know, to check this out, you want to commit 17, 18 hours to a spoken word, and it's a fantasy one about Warhammer from the events of sessions that happened from Woofrup. So all of those things have to be in place for you to want to hear it. It's niche, isn't it? But then when I started doing other things, then the subscribers started growing. I started doing a gaming series. I'll show you the playlist for that. Gaming Talk. I've done a few of those so far. I do intend to keep doing more of them, but I've had some technical issues from trying to deliver them from the PC over onto the Mac now, which is where I'm making a lot of videos. But bear with, I think Gaming Talk's a great idea and I want to keep those coming as well. But in the meantime, I've really busied myself with the other playlist, the Dark Heresy playlist, which I'll link up here. Oh gosh, we've had a lot of fun with that. Playing more than a handful now of sessions of Dark Heresy and a whole lot of videos supporting it, stuff to do with showing my character sheet and showing the models, the miniatures I'm using, and just talking about different modes and gameplay things and rules and how to play it and Eritar stuff and just a wide range of things. And really, I've noticed from making the Dark Heresy series, again, which is niche, because it's 40k and it's, you know, it's sci-fi and it's Warhammer based and it's, you know, roleplay again, which is niche. You know, I know that if I was doing D&D, obviously I'd get a lot of views more from that because it's the majority of audience, isn't it? But I'm not doing D&D. I've never played D&D. I don't really plan to play D&D at any point, so I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it true. I'm presenting to you exactly what is happening with my life and my group's life, what we are interested collectively in playing, and that's Dark Heresy. I've noticed, though, that a lot of the people tuning into the Dark Heresy videos aren't necessarily even Dark Heresy players yet. I mean, some of them indeed are, and they give some great feedback on the videos as well. Thanks. Double thumbs up back at you. One for the one you gave me and one from me to you. But I think a lot of the people that follow that, also that don't play Dark Heresy, and there's quite a lot of you that do that, are possibly going along with it because they are thinking, oh, maybe I'll play Dark Heresy. Maybe I want to play it, and they've maybe found my channel and thought, well, you know, this guy seems to be giving a lot of information. I mean, heck, at one point I even explained the game mechanics of how to play it, and I run through the classes. But aside from that, there's also the element of people trying to convince their friends to play, because, of course, you can't play on your own, can you? This is a social game, these role players. And so what I always tell people is get your friends, your potential gaming group, to check out my videos too, and you know, I hope that it's all well explained enough for them to get a sense of what this game is like through our experiences with playing it. And of course we do these vidcasts, that's what we like to call them. There's these chatty back and forth things with Laurie, the Games Master, very often on the session recaps. A lot of the format has been that. It's a bit like podcasts, but of course it's video form, so it's vidcasts. I'm proud that we've developed a format like that, and we are forward moving with it. But of course there is also a lot of general gaming info in there, hidden there. Of course you wouldn't really know to look. A lot of the YouTubers out there that do gaming videos, you know, they're putting out a lot of general gaming concepts and angles and tips and things anyway. But you'd think, oh, well, it's a Dark Heresy video, we're just going to get Dark Heresy. Think again. Because obviously this is our vidcast and we go quite deeply into gaming as well. It just so happens that I'm doing it while I'm playing my Heresy campaign. So we're going to cover a lot of things. I mean, in the last one we just did, as an example, we covered food at the table and eating. Well, that's not anything to do with Dark Heresy, is it? But I covered that subject, which is a kind of gaming talky in a way, but did it in the Dark Heresy videos. So of course if you tune in, you get the potential to hear chat about gaming, your hobby too, whether you play D&D or whatever it is you play. Now another thing I've started doing, I joined the Amazon Affiliates program, and that means that any items that I link to that I've recommended or mention in my videos, I've put as links in the info thing below. You can get there, check out Amazon's prices, and well, if you think that the price of it is better for you, it's normally the territories of USA and UK as separate links to the two different Amazons respectively, then you could go ahead and buy them. But if you do happen to buy any of the books, any of the content that I link to via my Amazon links, then the really cool news for me is that I would get commission. So that's really rather nice, isn't it, in concept? So I would just say to the viewers out there, you know, if you're thinking of buying those books anyway, take a look at the Amazon link and take a look at the price and see if you're happy with that price. And, you know, if you want to, stick it in your basket and check it out. YouTube have just recently granted my account monetization rights. Tick a bunch of boxes yes and no to them, and then adverts are allowed to display both on the in the video and a little box up to the right, I believe it is. And anybody that clicks on those adverts potentially creates a very tiny amount of revenue towards the user. But of course, the way it works in this thing is that they don't pay out, you don't get any of it unless it accumulates a certain amount of money first to even get your first payment. So, you know, if you really don't get many clicks ever, then you'll never ever get anything, even if you got some. It's just another little thing there. It's another chance, really, of making all of this a little bit more worthwhile, because, you know, we are working for free, aren't we, after all? There's a heck of a lot of time going into it. And my series, I try and produce these and spend my time thinking them out and write some pre-notes on what I want to talk about, and then, of course, I edit it. And that's all time consuming. I try and produce some quite good results. So we'll just have to see how well this monetization business goes for me. But I think I'm probably not allowed to speak too much about it anyway. So I'll just mention that has happened there, because that sets me up for the next thing. I haven't gone partner. It's just that they're trialing some accounts and allowing them to have monetization. One element of being a partner, if you were a partner, you'd have that. And of course, the partnership program of YouTube, some of you may or may not be familiar with that. You can look that up yourselves if you so wish. Potential for earning revenue off of making your videos now. You have to be very, very careful with the subject of copyright. All this like borrowing and using of people's music and using of images in your videos and this sort of thing. You have to be quite careful. Now, I have been careful on this channel. Of course, you've got fair usage policies on your side as well. I mean, with like the music for the series I've run, I've always gone to royalty-free websites, which is very recommended. For their Fated Travels thing, I used stuff by Bjorn Lin. For the Dark Heresy series, I used stuff by Kevin MacLeod. That's where we had a bit of a problem come up. Yes, I had a copyright dispute come up a little while ago from a company, and then that settled down because they were in the wrong, because I hadn't broken any copyright, because they were claiming that they owned it, but Kevin MacLeod owns it, and he's royalty-free, a Creative Commons License 3.0. If you want to see all the details of that video, well, I'll annotate that on screen now. Check that video out if you haven't already seen it, the YouTube urgent appeal to YouTube and users on the horrible situation I've been in, and am still in, I might add, at the date of that video and the time before it, that led up to me making it, into the date that you can see that this video was produced, nothing has changed, and I've heard nothing back from anyone. Thanks very much. YouTube, you've failed me. See, no wrong has been done here, except by the company falsely claiming, and YouTube are not doing anything to stop them. And of course, it's the potential for the loss of revenue, because those videos that they claim, oh wow, we own the music on that, even though the music's royalty-free, and they don't own it because they are someone completely different, YouTube will not then allow you to put any revenue earning on those videos. And quite oddly, for a whole number of those videos as well, up to a certain point, I'm not even able to enable revenue sharing. I've told it to enable it, but they've just ignored the request. There's none of that on there either, on some of the ones that get the most views, so I'm losing out on the potential revenue there. So all in all, it's been quite disgusting, really. But a lot of the recent videos now, also probably including this one, will have the revenue sharing enabled on them. Here's one last piece of news for you. Those that have been following my exploits in roleplay gaming and gaming in general, there are a number of other concepts and ideas coming up, and I may even be launching a new channel. I'm probably going to soon be playing Dragon Age Origins, the role-playing game. I'll be GMing this one. This will be the first thing you will have seen that I have GM'd. And I'm going to be GMing it principally because it is the D6 system, and I like D6s. They make me feel at home. They make me feel retro. I'll get more into that if and when we decide to cover it as videos. It's just some information for you that it's not going to be a full-on campaign that's going to be successfully played week after week, because the Dragon Age material is not very vast at all, and they haven't made all of the tiers of levels available. If we hammered it too much, we'd run out of material, we'd camp too quickly, we'd have nothing more to play, and we'd all stop and forget what we're doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert the odd Dragon Age session here and there, in between the Dark Heresy sessions. So the Dark Heresy sessions, Laurie GMs, and maybe the week after I'll maybe pull a Dragon Age session. And then who knows, 2-3 sessions more of Dark Heresy, and then maybe back to another Dragon Age or what have you. And I do really want to keep it to just the modules, because I think you're going to be able to level cap just using the modules, by the look of it anyway. And also, we don't have the higher level information out there, so we can only go to like level 10 out of possible 20 anyway. So, on that last interesting speculative piece of news, I shall leave you to get back to your lives. And I will see you next time, next series, next idea, next exploit, next video.